The movie starts with camera panning from a graveyard to overhead bridge, having our male protagonist, Sebastian Valmont, driving in a luxury car. Later we find him lying on a sofa in his therapist Dr. Greenbaum's office. He wants to get cured of his constant urge of intense moments and being with girls all the time. Dr. Green tells him that this is all because of adolescence and bad parenting can make that happen. She wanted to sell her book to him about great parenting. She gave him an autographed copy of her book and charged him in his bill. Sebastian started flirting with her too, praising her legs and hugging her passionately. That's when operator tells Dr. Green that her daughter is on hold. Sebastian sees a picture of doctor's daughter Marseille on her table and starts praising her daughter too. After Sebastian leaves the office, Dr. Green talks to her daughter, where Marseille tells her that a guy ditched her and uploaded her pictures on the internet. Marseille also tells her that guy praised her legs and wanted to photograph it and everything went out of hand. Dr. Green has just heard same sentences from Sebastian and she knew that it was him. She runs after Sebastian and starts yelling at him. He ignores her and pick up another young lady from there and leaves. Scene changes, with Catherine, Sebastian's stepsister, sitting in her lounge having Cecile and her mother at her place. From the house and its settings we can assume that Catherine and Sebastian belongs to New York's upper class. Cecile is a cute innocent student, and from their conversation we can understand that she is a new student. Catherine, being a popular student, takes Cecile under her wing, showing the intentions to make her a good student. Sebastian enters the room, forced by his habit. He starts flirting with Cecile, to which Catherine forbid him. When Cecile and her mother leave, Catherine tells her cruel intentions to Sebastian that her ex-boyfriend Court Reynolds dumped Catherine because of Cecile. Now Catherine is taking Cecile into her wing to make her sleep with boys and to ruin her reputation. She urges Sebastian to trap her and to use her along with his friends. Sebastian refuses by saying that he is on another mission. Their new headmaster's daughter, Annette. Annette is moving in with Sebastian's aunt, and there he can trap her. Both step-siblings were reading her manifesto and knew that Annette was a virgin with very good reputation, and if she stays like that till the school starts, then Catherine will have a competitor. This is something that Catherine can't stand. She bets with Sebastian that he cannot take her to bed, and if he loses, Catherine will have his 1956 Jaguar Roadster. And in case Catherine loses the bet, she will sleep with Sebastian, because she knew the fact that Sebastian was obsessing over her since their parents got married, and she is the one he cannot take to bed. Scene changes with having Annette and Aunt Rosamond on the screen, riding horses together and talking about how Aunt Rosamond's grandfather used to breed horses on his farm. That's when Sebastian arrives there and introduces them to each other. Sebastian, in pursuit of talking to Annette alone, asks Aunt to make cold tea for both of them. Annette and Sebastian were walking and talking about her manifesto. Sebastian says that if she hasn't experienced love, she cannot judge it, to which Annette replies that she cannot expect Sebastian to understand her beliefs knowing his reputation. Turns out that someone had already warned her about Sebastian's reputation, that he promises whole world to girls but ends up making out with them. Sebastian was crossed by his failed attempts to make love to Annette, and about Annette knowing everything about Sebastian. Sebastian meets a friend, Blaine, and discusses the whole scenario. Blaine told him that chances are that Greg, Annette's ex-boyfriend and Blaine's present gay partner, could have bad-mouthed about Sebastian. On the other hand, Catherine sees Cecile with her music teacher Ronald, who was sitting very close to her, and Catherine felt a chance to make both of them even closer. Scene shifts with Catherine and Cecile sitting in a park, and Cecile was telling Catherine about how her boyfriend Court Reynolds dumped a bulimic head case for Cecile. Cecile didn't know that she was talking about Catherine. Catherine is fuming, but she didn't let her expressions change. Cecile tells her that Court has invited her to Hamptons over the weekend, but she is scared of the boys because she hasn't even reached first base with anyone. Catherine teaches her how to kiss and tells her that this is not scary at all. Catherine wants Cecile to practice kissing with her music teacher, Ronald, to which Cecile admits that Ronald likes her a lot and often sends her love letters, to which she hasn't responded, but she thinks about him all the time. Catherine asks Cecile to bring photocopies of love letters to her so that she could help. Catherine also promises Cecile that she would arrange a get-together for Cecile and Ronald. Sebastian is still at Aunt's place, where he persuaded Annette to join him for a swim, to which she agrees. But she leaves soon as she was not feeling very comfortable with Sebastian after everything she had heard about him. Later, Sebastian raids Blaine's place, where Greg and Blaine were making love. Sebastian clicks some pictures and he was trying to bluff Greg that how his father is going to feel upon seeing these pictures, and his whole baseball career is at stake. Greg assured Sebastian that he hasn't bad-mouthed about him to Annette, whom Sebastian believed, but he gave Greg another task to meet Annette and find out who did this. Sebastian also wanted Greg to build his good image in front of Annette. Greg succeeds in both of the tasks, and he informs Sebastian that Mrs. Caldwell, Cecile's mother, is the real culprit. Sebastian goes to Catherine to keep her in the know of everything, where he joins Catherine in watching spy cam of Cecile's meeting with Ronald. The step-siblings were expecting something spicy, but Cecile leaves the meeting when her mother calls her to check. Unable to succeed, Catherine is furious. She plans to show Ronald's love letters to Cecile's mother. Sebastian also wants to take revenge from Cecile's mother, so he also agreed to support Catherine in her vicious plans. Sebastian calls Anne's house to talk to Annette. He starts chattering with her and asks her out. Annette, who is influenced by Greg talking high about Sebastian, agrees to go out with him. Scene changes, with Catherine meeting Mrs. Caldwell and telling her everything about Cecile, and Ronald with exaggeration. Mrs. Caldwell went agitated by learning about Cecile's affair and the love letters Ronald wrote to her. Mrs. Caldwell furiously goes back home where Cecile was getting music lessons from Ronald. Mrs. Caldwell not only fires Ronald from the job, but also humiliated him out of anger and racial differences. When Ronald was going back from Caldwell's place, he met with Sebastian and Catherine. They shows him a letter written from Cecile. Ronald was in cloud nine knowing that she has good feelings for him. Sebastian and Catherine urge him to respond, to which he says that he is afraid of Mrs. Caldwell. Step-siblings asked him to write a letter which is more romantic than emailing or calling. They took the responsibility of delivering that letter. After Ronald leaves, Sebastian wanted Catherine to know the consequences of doing all this. She responded that she cannot tolerate that she seldom falls for anyone, but when she do, she got dumped because of girls like Cecile. Catherine and Sebastian call Cecile. Sebastian tells her that he has a letter from Ronald for Cecile, but as Mrs. Caldwell doesn't like Sebastian either, he cannot go to give it to her. Now he persuaded Cecile to come to his place and write a reply for Ronald. Cecile sneaks out from her home and took a cab to Sebastian's home. She writes a letter and hands it over to Sebastian, who was clicking her pictures. He prompts Cecile that she could be a model, but she is not attractive enough. She took the bait and started showing him her attractive postures, which were not attractive enough either. He approaches her and suddenly unbuttons her shirt and took few pictures. When she wants to go back after photo session, but Sebastian started blackmailing her that he will call her mother. Finally, he was successful in seducing her for pleasure. In the morning, Mrs. Caldwell was searching for Cecile everywhere when she appears with messed up hair and tells her mother that she was out for shopping. Mrs. Caldwell doesn't ponders on her messy looks and asks her to get ready to go to Aunt Rosamond's place, as she was important to school. Scene changes, Aunt Rosamond are sitting outside with Annette and Cecile when Sebastian joins them. He started making vulgar faces as Cecile was feeling uncomfortable in his presence. Cecile leaves the place where Sebastian was sitting. Meanwhile, Aunt Rosamond asks Annette and Sebastian to volunteer and fill in for her at retirement home as she was going to watch theater. Annette agrees right away, so Sebastian also had to agree to make his reputation good besides Annette. Scene shifts, Annette and Sebastian were assigned to different people. Sebastian was supposed to take care of Mrs. Suderman, who was suffering from low memory. Sebastian tells her that they had played backgammon and she won 3 times. On their way back, Sebastian confesses to Annette that he was so bored there, to which she started making faces and making him laugh. She shows by holding his hand that she has started to develop feelings for him. Scene changes, Cecile finds Catherine at Anne's house. She tells Catherine what happened between Sebastian and Cecile. Cecile was feeling guilty about it, but Catherine cheered her up by saying that she can take Sebastian as tutor to teach her about intense moments to make Ronald happy in bed. Catherine asked her to sleep with as many men as possible, as practice makes one perfect. Cecile is lying on bed with Sebastian. Apparently, they made out. Cecile wants to talk to Sebastian, but he is not in a mood, telling her that it is called quite time. Sebastian is staring at Annette through binoculars when she was reading a book. Catherine snatches binoculars and takes a look at Annette. She asks Sebastian to have a ride in her new car, as Sebastian is unable to make out with Annette. Sebastian tells her that he has not lost the bet yet and he is surely going to win the bet and Catherine's body as well. He goes to Annette where he gently starts kissing her and also responds back. But suddenly she pushes him away. Sebastian asks her irately that if she like him or not, to which Annette responded positively. She confesses that she is having feelings for Sebastian. He blames her to be a pretender by loving Sebastian but not coming closer. Annette tells him that she cannot trust him with herself. Later, Sebastian goes into Annette's room to bid farewell to her as he was leaving hopelessly. There he makes her realize that he is the one true love she always looked for. And now, when he is standing right in front of her, she wants to turn her back to that true love. She also realizes this and offers herself to him, which he refuses. Annette, being embarrassed and upset, leaves Anne's house to live in her friend's parents' hotel. Sebastian, upon learning about her leaving, goes out in search of her. Greg tells him over the phone that she is in a subway station. Sebastian goes there, finds Annette, and in the next scene they are passionately making out. Sebastian goes to Catherine where he finds her in half-dressed state. He knows that she is making love with someone, and finds Ronald hiding under the bed. Ronald flees from their place right away. Catherine offers herself to Sebastian as he won the bet, but he refuses to make out with her, saying that he is not in the mood. Actually, he doesn't want to make out with anyone else except Annette, because he truly started to love her. Catherine gets mad upon hearing that. Catherine warns Sebastian about the consequences if she tells Annette's father about them. She was of the view that new headmaster would not like someone with a reputation as of Sebastian to be seen with his daughter. This will also ruin Annette's reputation that she made out of her manifesto. Sebastian wants to tell Annette about his whole past. He was writing everything in a diary to give it to her. But influenced by Catherine's threat of ruining Annette's reputation, he goes to Annette to break up. He tells her that she was nothing more than a quest to him. Sebastian was terribly shaking with tears in his eyes while saying all this. He goes back to Catherine where he sarcastically pulls out drinks to celebrate. But his sister tells him that she intentionally persuaded him to break up with Annette because she knew that he is in love with her since the start. She called him a loser and declared her triumph over him. Sebastian desperately wanted to talk to Annette, but he could not find her anywhere. He drops his diary at hotel, ensuring that Annette will receive it. Annette is at her apartment when she receives the diary. As he reads the diary, it was all about Sebastian's confessions. He has also confessed his love for Annette, saying that he always feels joy in others' misery. But fate backfired as he loses the first person he has ever loved. Sebastian was right outside Annette's apartment, and he stays there on the road till the morning. On the other hand, Catherine calls Ronald and tells him that Sebastian hit her and took off. She invites Ronald, saying that she wants to talk about Cecile. Ronald, upon learning about everything Sebastian did to Cecile, set off to find Sebastian. He finds him on the road near Annette's place, where they started fighting. Annette, who was following Sebastian after his confession of love to Annette, goes to save Sebastian, but in this try she receives a knuckle from Ronald and she falls on the road. A car was about to hit Annette when Sebastian saw, and he jumps in to push Annette aside. As a result, he crashed into car's windshield, and that became fatal to him. Scene change with the start of school year with headmaster giving speech, as it was also a memorial for Sebastian. Catherine was in restroom sniffing drugs when Annette shows up and sarcastically condoles her for her brother. Catherine was giving a speech after headmaster when she notices unrest among students and everyone was leaving the hall. She gets angry and follows everyone, only to find out that Cecile was distributing copies of Sebastian's diary, where there was everything written about Catherine too. Headmaster approaches and took her drugs, which she was hiding in her cross. Catherine was in tears when her reputation, for which she has worked so hard, was ruined in front of everyone. Movie closes with Annette driving on a road wearing Sebastian's shades and recalling everything about him.